And at night the cats come out and they fuck around with you. You play with one for 2 minutes. This guy comes over. And I was watching, because what I did was I went to season 1 of Narcos.
You just went back to restart it?
I had to.
It's great.
I had no fucking choice. I wanted to see the acting. I wanted to see what I missed. I'm one of those idiots that gets high at night. And I'm on Stars and I try to watch an episode. I really didn't watch it. I'm just sitting there fucking drooling on my shirt. And then I go back and I saw a bunch of things. I saw how Tata grew and all that. Anyway, I'm sitting there and Superbad jumps on me. And let's say he's on my legs. If he's on my legs and I'm watching TV, he'll get right here on my left-hand side and he'll reach for me for my shirt. And once he reaches for me, I gotta declaw the shirt and then hug him and play with him, and that's how it goes until he gets sick and tired of fucking being there. He's cool as fuck. You see how he was with your wife that day?
Oh yeah,
he's cool as fuck, but you can't get rid of him. He's like fucking the herp. You'll never get rid of that motherfucker if you get love, which I don't mind. But
yeah.
He starts on you and then he climbs. If you have a nice shirt, I can't have him sit on you, because you'll have 1,000 holes. I look at my shirts and nice fucking $80 fucking shirts, and I got holes in them, because he's a nightmare. When he jumps on you, and he doesn't mean it. He loves you. He really fucking is a loving cat, you know?
Doesn't Harry do that, but he does it with, like, your legs?
With your legs, yeah. Harry always fucking jumps and holds on to your legs and then pulls himself up like I'm Mount Olympus, you know? And the next thing you know, I got 3 little Bruce Lee scars on my fucking leg. And I don't mind. Listen, that's the cost of having fucking cats. So the other night he starts on your left side, then you move him, and then he fucking climbs on the couch, and then he eagerly creeps up on your shoulder, and he puts his nose on your neck, which again, I can't get mad at him. He's like a dog. Superbad's a fucking dog, you know. Superbad went from one extreme to the other as an animal. Superbad went from had no contact and running outside when the girls would sit and they were young kittens to you can't get rid of him. It was just, he's like the kid from In the Night. You know, he went in there a nice kid, he came out with a tattoo, he's snorting heroin. That's Superbad.
Right.
And not in a bad way. He went from being completely antisocial, just being Superbad. Just being fucking Superbad. Like, that's why I gave him that name, because I wasn't too thrilled with him when he lived outside.
What would he do? Like, why did he
They were
let them?
fucking kittens, but he was buck wild. They had a corner. Their mom was on one side of the fence, and they were tiny babies on the other. And they went, they would go out and spread out. First they would stay 3 feet from the mom, then they would go out 6 feet from the mom, then 9 feet from the mom. And as they got older, and I'd leave at 6 in the morning, and they'd be sleeping with the mom still. Like cuddled up. It was cold out in L.A., it was that time of the year, and they'd be cuddled up with the mom. They had that little corner. I worried about them. That was the only real litter back there that I got to see from A to Z. For a while there, it was just cats popping up and dying. This was like after a long stretch of no kittens, this was her last litter. And then she had those 4 cats.
Okay.
After she had like fucking 6 litters back there. And the females that were growing up, they were having kittens back there. And the whole building was giving away fucking kittens, and people coming and getting kittens. And every morning you wake up and there'd be a dead kitten. When they were young, he would kill the father.
Oh yeah, Samurai.
Samurai would kill him. So he could fucking get the mom again, give her a stabbing. So for some reason, I used to go outside a lot in those days. It was 2007. And I was doing Kempo, karate with these dudes.
Okay.
And they would always do forms. And I was 380. And they said to me, listen, man, I want you to do this during the week just to stretch out your joints and get your legs thinner. And I was doing these Tai Chi things, these stretches. So I would go outside and they'd all be there. And I'd watch them. And, at one point there were 6 or 8 weeks. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a veterinarian. But I could see that the rest of them would stay we had a barbecue back there.
Okay.
It was a community barbecue. It was real clean and shit. It was 20 feet from when they were born, where they were living. And that's as far as they would stray. Not Superbad. He'd go on the fucking roof.
He'd get on the roof of the building?
He'd get on the roof of the building. He was always like way ahead of the other 3 fucking kittens. And there was a boy. And he was crazy, but not as crazy as fucking Superbad. So it got to the point where I would go upstairs and worry about the 3 kittens. I'd go, Superbad ain't gonna be there in the morning. Because he's so fucking crazy. He's gonna fight with a possum. He's gonna fight with a raccoon or a skunk. There was raccoons back there. I would hear them back there at night, and I'd fucking run down with a fucking stick and a shovel. It was that type of stuff towards the end. And
Jesus.
something happened one day. I got home, and my wife was telling me that the cats were sick outside, that they weren't the same as they were. She goes, especially that fucking Superbad. I know for a fact something's wrong with them, because that motherfucker hasn't moved in 2 days. So she hunted those cats down and tried to save their lives and give them vitamins and stuff. You know, it was surreal how many cats she had saved back there. It was her and a Japanese lady that were back there every day feeding them the cats with milk from a bottle, and it was just surreal. It was like and then it died down, and we had those last 4, and then we brought up the 2 boys, and the 1 boy died, and I kept Superbad, and then we gave the sisters away. Sisters were gone for 3 weeks. Lulu and Evie were gone, and the girl called. She goes, "I can't take them. They're gonna kill my cat." They were kittens, but they were that blood was in them. The cat was giving them shit. These 2 girls were going, really? And they started circling the cat, and she had to put them in the bathroom. Evie's not kosher. Evie moves as fast as a fucking snake, and she'll take a chunk out of your arm. You gotta really watch Evie. That's why Evie don't come out. Evie knows that she's badass. So she doesn't. I saw Demi fucking around with Superbad one day, and she ran out of that hole and smacked Demi in the head 4 times. Demi didn't know what had happened. He just ran away, and she went right back to her hole like nothing fucking happened.
Oh my God.
The 2 girls, Lulu and Evie, Lulu's a little old and fat now, so she can't move like she used to. But those 2 girls could throw a fucking beating on you. Evie, till this day, I don't put my face by Evie.
Really?
Yeah, I don't put my face by Evie. The only way I'll put my face by Evie is if she's looking that way and I'm petting her from behind. I kiss her in the head. If you get Evie riled up, don't move your hand real quick. That hand is history. She'll clock it twice and then bite the fingertip. So you have to get her excited and for her to turn, and while she's turning, you go back and she'll turn real quick and swat twice at you.
Jesus Christ. That's such like a crazy thing to have to know.
You have to know this with Evie. Evie doesn't. You've never seen it, really. You've seen it maybe once.
I don't really play with Lulu or Evie.
Nah, they don't want to be played with. They don't want to be fucked with. They don't want to be loved. Lulu, I got it. Lulu's my girl. Lulu, I love. She's my princess.
Really?
Oh, I was playing with her when I started bleeding from my nose this afternoon. Lulu, you got to warm her up, and then she'll play with you. She's the cutest cat I've ever seen at that age. Her face is just. I've never seen a face like that in a cat. When you get her happy and she's meowing.
Really? She's really cute.
And you play with her, you get like a string, and you play with her. Like, you can play with her for a long time. She's that type of cat. But Evie, you got to be kicked. Evie will leave on her own. Because she knows I'm getting pissed off at her. Like, she'll say it to herself. Like, I'm getting pissed off at this motherfucker.
So I got to leave?
Like, if Demi's there and I'm giving Demi love, when she comes up, I got to drop Demi.
Really?
She doesn't want no games. She doesn't bother you a lot. She doesn't come out every night, but when she comes out, scram. And when I put him down, as he's leaving, she'll swat at him and shit. He'll look at her like, what the fuck?
Just for being there?
Just for being there. Just for fucking principle.
Jesus Christ.
And then she'll come over and she'll let me pet her head and rub her thing and call her beautiful. And then I pick her up a little bit. And on her own, she'll just take off. And that's it.
I think this is why cats like get a bad name. Because this is like why I don't have a cat. Like, besides the allergies, this is my only experience with cats. Either they hate or they were mean. So, like, your cats are, like, the first cats that are, like, actually enjoyable to be around.
No, they're very enjoyable to be around because that's the love I've given them. You follow me? You get what you give in with anything.
Right.
With anything. And I don't know. At the point when I met Terry, that cat was what I needed. It's the dumbest fucking thing to talk about. But it really is. It was like I needed something
to take care of.
He filled that void. I don't know, because we hit it off right away, and it got to the point where it slowed me down a little bit. I would come home more in the afternoons instead of staying out till dinner.